Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Today on Collection Lessons, I want to talk about nutrients. This is part of my collection lesson series. Anything I say in this channel, anything advice, let's get going. So talk about nutrients because I feel like that's what everybody needs in life these days. So poetic. I talk about nutrients as in more than just like, like when you read the back of, any type of food, it'll tell you how much of the percent of daily value of whatever vitamins something something. Those are good nutrients that you do need, in my opinion, your body. So you should take some vitamins, of course, and everything, right? Like nutrients going into your body, not a bad thing, right? Good nutrients. And that's just one part of nutrients. The other parts of nutrients, there's, I believe, there's like mental nutrients, there's emotional nutrients, there's nutrients that you need in order to be happy and to have a good life. It's not all about, vitamins, or it's not all about, you know, working out at the gym, that type of thing. Those have benefits, of course. But talk about nutrients. Talk about like what is like your association? What's your association? Like are they good? Do you have like who's speaking into you? Who's the ones that are like, you're taking the good stuff from, the nutrients from, right? Like like it could be like a mentor, or it could be a coach, it could be, it might probably not be your boss, but like, like what's the great, like what's association to you? Like where are you getting the good stuff from? Where are you learning things, right? That's that's one piece of the nutrients, right? You got the vitamins, we'll call it this side. That's one piece of nutrients. The other piece of nutrients is association. It's like if you join, let's say, a book club, and your book club is the best people you know and everything, and they're always positive, right? Like they're always positive, they're always happy, right? And they tell you good things, right? Like G for good things, right? Like they give you good, I don't know, energy. They give you good financial advice. They give you, good tips and tricks, how to save X amount of dollars at whatever, stuff like that. Because, and I might have said this in a video before, because, things always loop back into themselves, especially with the way that, I'm learning everything, is like usually, you'll be the average or the sum of the five closest people, in your association, right? So who are these five people that, are speaking into you that you're learning from? If if they are negative, if they're always like, they hate this, they hate that, and they isolate themselves, and they, are upset with the world, or they're always fighting you and everything, you're gonna get that. You're gonna feel it. It's like, if you're in the army and you're around a bunch of people who swear in the army, chances are you're gonna be swearing, right? It's if you're around nine bank robbers, you're gonna be number 10. If you're around nine smokers, you're gonna be number 10. Like it's all linked to association. If you don't have good input, like coming in here, good nutrients, then that's how things can go downward. I heard a talk on Jordan Peterson about this, and I sent to some of my friends, where if if you don't have good association, and let's say you quit your job, right? You quit your job, and then you're like, your chances of looking for another one go down if you're also like depressed, and if you're getting, like if you're surrounding yourself with people that are like you, or you're, not getting great input, you'll start this little spiral, he called it, like an auger digging into the ice or into the ground. You'll get, quit your job, you get depressed, you have no association any over here, then all of a sudden your friends don't want to hang out with you, and then you add a drinking problem to that. You just fill this up, and there's an example of poor nutrients going into you, and then you spiral down into control, and then all of a sudden you're like, you know you're just malnourished, and you don't have great input, and then you're upset, and then you're upset even more because you don't have good input, and then you're upset even more because you can't find a job, and then it just keeps getting frustrating. And then what happens then? This could be the point of, midlife crisis. It could be the point of where everything, went wrong up here, therefore you can, you're here, and it's like a bottomless pit. It could be a valley of despair, it could be whatever, but you're down here, and you should aim to get back up there, because if you don't, there's always more downside, unfortunately, right? This is where I talk about nutrients. Vitamins, they keep you healthy, they keep you happy. You know, when you don't feel sick, you feel generally good, right? It's a good feeling. You know, if you don't have enough vitamins, if you don't have enough, I don't know, vitamin D because you're not going outside, or if you're, you know, have not the greatest gut health, like, it affects your mood. It affects what's going on up in here, right? And so does association, and so does, you know, relationships. Your association, you know, your biggest partner in your association should be your spouse. And if you're not getting the nutrients from that relationship, right? Like if you like, you know, the five love languages, if you like the touch, if you like the acts of service, and you're not getting that, you're not getting nourished enough in that relationship. You know, and then you're not getting, you know, nourished enough, so then in a relationship is usually a two-way street, then they're probably not getting the same, right? And then so now you're not getting your vitamins, you're not having a good relationship, your association isn't great, and it's just a downhill spiral. And this is where I was talking about a few videos ago, we're all just trying to not lose our freaking minds, right? Like, I just believe that you need these things in order to be happy, and the most happy that you could potentially be is you need to have good input in either vitamins, association, relationship, which then, you know, usually a relationship ends up being money as well, because those things are linked. People focus on this part, well, I don't have enough money. Well, chances are your relationships aren't great, which is the result is you don't have the money in the right spots, you know, like maybe if you follow the Dave Ramsey percentages, maybe the percentages are out of whack. I don't know. You know, if you follow those percentages, that is, right? Like, you know, if I'm not satisfied and happy because I feel very selfish with money, it's probably because I'm not giving enough away, right? You're supposed to give 5-10% to giving, according to Dave Ramsey's percentages. And if I'm not, you know, if I'm not donating, if I'm not giving money, I don't feel those happiness pieces that come into me that nourish me and everything, right? So that's why I talk about nutrients. It's more than, of course, vitamins is a nutrient thing, but like, there's association, there's relationships, there's how you go about life. What is your purpose in life? What is your why, right? That's one big thing, is what is your why? What keeps you motivated and going and focused on the dreams and goals that are down here? Like, for me, I want to fricking live in a castle one day, right? Like, that keeps me going. You know, maybe I look at, you know, some realtor stuff in the mornings before I start work for like half an hour, and I'm looking at all these castles and these real estate things. Gets me motivated, gets me happy, gives me some nutrients. You know, it's similar with books. If you read books, you're grabbing the nutrients out of that book. People might say, well, you know, that, you know, that book or whatever has saved me money, or that book has made me money, or that book has done whatever. People need to look at the value of what they're getting in the nutrients, right? If a $10 book, I'm aiming to get more value out of the $10 book than the $10 that I put into it. So that's what I talk about nutrients. You need the good things in life to grow and grow into life and flourish and be, you know, excited about things and happy, because, you know, it's very easy to get in a downward spiral and not get out of it. You just need to take control of it, right? Figure out where the leaks are of your nutrients, out of your side pocket or whatever. You're leaking nutrients because you're not following something, you're not doing something, you don't feel purpose, right? You need to find that purpose. So that's what I want to share with nutrients. You need some, get some. Realize the nutrients, realize the things coming into your life so that you can enjoy and appreciate them. And, you know, if you're in a downward spiral or whatever, turn that ship around, right? You need to keep going and focus on what you're going after. I'm going after a castle one day. I know it. It's coming. So, hope you guys are doing well. Thanks, and talk soon.